Welcome to BPM Stuff, an indebted guide to Unkle Adams. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you want a notification for every time I upload, make sure you hit the bell. Today on Song Analysis, we're going to talk about Night Shift. Night Shift was released on the 21st of December 2013. It was a collaboration between Unkle Adams and Keelan Junkowski. Keelan is a drummer/producer who at the time seemed to be reaching out to Saskatchewan artists in order to get some experience and get his name out there. Unfortunately, the song and music video have been removed by Curtis. Although this is the internet, so people have saved and archived it if you want to hear it or see it. So first we're going to talk about the beat. However, since this is a collaborative track, I thought I would collaborate myself, so I'm going to leave you in the safe hands of an Australian.
The beat opens strongly, with pretty catchy and hard-hitting artificial strings. It also becomes immediately apparent in the introduction that this song differs a lot from Curtis's other songs, due to the fact that it features a huge, crashing acoustic drum track on it, presumably performed by KJ himself, who, as well as being the engineer and producer, is referenced in the chorus by Unk as being the drummer. The drums are mixed in pretty strongly, but to be honest, it works in the context of the mix. KJ's drums pack punch like an atomic bomb is actually a pretty accurate way of describing it, so cheers for that one, Unk. The drums are far louder than the rest of the beat, and are by far the loudest feature of the song, excluding Unkle Adams himself. The drum fills at the end are an unexpected addition, and actually added far more to the ending of the song than I would have expected. Like most of Unk's other music, it could be assumed that the main beat, which consists of artificial strings played in a minor key, bells, and choir pads, is simply a royalty-free beat acquired from somewhere else. Despite the fact that it was released in 2013, it does sound to me like it has a mid-2000s hip-hop vibe to it, along the lines of Fort Minor or something, especially given the DJ scratches added during the chorus vocals, and with the added effects only present during the chorus vocals. The vocal delivery is a pretty stock standard performance from Unk, albeit slightly less corny than his later releases. I'm sure Declan will talk about this more in the lyrical section of the video, but the irony of Unk rapping about representing the middle class working the night shift is not lost on us. The overall mix sound isn't too bad, but it does leave a lot to be desired. It features a very present one-note bass line throughout as a low end to the song. The cymbals could have been mixed in a lot softer, as they come across quite harsh, especially during the introduction and chorus. A lot of the actual music element to this song, such as the lead artificial strings, is lost due to being buried under the drums in the mix. The vocals have a very slight and hard to notice delay applied to them, as well as a digital effect applied throughout the chorus. The drums are especially loud during the outro of the song, and again, could have been applied much softer to the song. All in all, despite being different from Unk's later music, and far from the electro swing sound he would try to work in with his later music, the track is far from perfect. It's definitely much catchier than a lot of his later work, and could potentially be considered a bridging point between his dark Unk era and his motivational-inspired later music.
Now we're going to talk about the lyrics. This song is the epitome of spiritual lyrical miracle rap. I talked about that in my one-of-a-kind song analysis. It's sort of nonsensical word salad, punchline focused rap that we're used to hearing from Eminem or Logic. So straight into the first verse. These two Trojans walk with Titans. Okay, so straight away, this is weird. The two Trojans, I'm assuming he's referring to, are himself and Keelan, but the Trojans weren't the heroes in the Trojan horse myth. The Greeks tricked them with the horse for the Trojans. So that's a weird... Is he like, oh, we're going to get fooled? I don't know if that's just a mistake. Kind of like when Kanye said he would keep it 300 like the Romans and he meant the Spartans. Is this just Curtis vaguely going, oh, Trojans? And actually on top of that, the Trojans, to my knowledge, weren't Greek. So they wouldn't have believed in the Titan gods. So the Trojans walking with Titans wouldn't make sense. Presumably it means two guys walk with gods because they're so good at rapping and producing. Please comment below a full ancient Greek essay for me in order to explain what Curtis means by the Trojans. Were they Dardanians or were they classical Greek? I don't know. Join the cipher and get soul siphoned. A cipher is a term used in freestyle hip-hop in which participants will freestyle, so you'll do a few bars and then the next person in a circle will do a few bars and it continues all the way around. So Curtis here is saying to join the circle, to join the cipher. Soul siphon is a Skyrim spell, I think. Or Minecraft? I'm actually going to look this up. Apparently it's a World of Warcraft spell. Which isn't Unc like a big World of Warcraft fan? So that makes a lot of sense. It's nice sibilance. I like the cipher soul siphon. But yeah, gamers rise up, man. You're lifeless. I ride hits tighter than vice grips. My advice is that life is priceless. First line's pretty standard. Something you'd probably hear in like a J. Cole song. But my advice is that life is priceless. Is that advice? Or is that just a statement? Is that what advice is? You can't just say that, can you? You can't just say, I have some advice for you. Life's priceless. You got some advice? Yeah. Water's good for you. I'm nice with mics. You can ask a psychic. This is nonsense. Unc wants me to have a seance or Ouija board or something. Check a crystal ball to see if he's good at rapping. Yeah, total nonsense. Glad we solved that. Who's blowing up next? Glowing like a light stick. I guess this follows on from the previous psychic line, but I don't really know what the glowing's about. I don't know if... Does he mean like an aura? You can see if someone's going to blow up. It's not very good. I pierce beats with the force of an ice pick. I like how Canadian this lyric is. If that's a compliment. Drake needs to rap about snow more. I represent the middle class on the night shift. I reckon as a golden rule, maybe don't use the words middle class in a hip hop song.
Guess that makes me the middle class gangster from the first world, king of the thugs from the suburbs.
So how you rappers gonna talk about a struggle with gold chains, no brains, and hoes by the double? These are actually the best lyrics in the song so far, and I don't mean that as a compliment. Definitely bordering on the sort of early 2000s anti-hip-hop, you know, you can't spell crap without rap kind of slogans, you would say. But Curtis is a rapper. It's kind of weird. It's almost like he's doesn't like his own genre because he's sitting there talking about how classic rap is bad. Although I suppose he likes spiritual lyrical rap, so... I'm a formidable opponent for you pitiful, miserable, minuscule, rigid individuals. Spiritual lyrical miracle individual. This is beyond self-parody at this point. Pretty soon these MCs will blame me for bringing the underground to kill mainstream. They all sound the same now, with similar beats. Except me, Unc is a sinister beast. Curtis did not need to go so hard here.
Just go, sinister beast mode.
Then we have the chorus. I represent the middle class on the night shift. Who's blowing up next, glowing like a light stick? There's no limit to this. This is the Autobahn. KJ's drums pack punch like an atomic bomb. And then it repeats.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Since he reuses lyrics from the first verse and the music and melody doesn't really change, It's actually kind of hard to tell that this is a hook. It just sounds like a continuation of the verse that's slightly different. I don't know if on first listen you would recognize this as like an obvious chorus, so it's kind of messy. And then into the next verse. So you work long days to pay rent. You get the check and it barely covers your debt. Debt. You should reinvent or bend to some effect. Remember that you matter to climb the ladder to success. I would believe that this was auto-generated by AI. I can share a secret, but you gotta keep it. The secret is believing and releasing all your weakness. Walk the earth tall and live life with reason. He who takes whatever he pleases is a heathen. These lyrics actually sound a lot more like they're from I Am Stronger. But the word heathen, don't use heathen. That's the second golden rule in hip hop. Don't use middle class, don't use heathen. Middle class heathen is a no-go. So keep breathing till the moment of your last breath. I don't want to be that guy, but that's just how it works, isn't it? You keep breathing till the moment of your last breath. You deserve the reputation that your ass gets. Ooh, out of context, that is not good. Kind of matters where you put the emphasis in that sentence, doesn't it? You deserve the reputation that your ass gets. Not good. Dig deeper than ever to finish your last set. I consider respect my heaviest asset. You know what? I'm going to forgive him for rhyming set with asset purely because this lyric is a cut above every other lyric in this song. Sets being what you do at the gym, your sort of weights, and your heaviest asset. You know, there was some thought that went into this line. There's some wordplay that works. That's well done, Curtis, I guess. Although if we're really going there, it's also very similar to lyrics he would write in the song Beast Mode that would come out about 6 months later. But that's fine. It's fine. Because life is like that. I'm ready to hijack the rap game and slap face rolling your eyes back. And we're back to nonsensical word salad. This time Curtis is going to beat you up with his amazing rap skills. I'm as lethal as a needle in your life raft. Every other week now, I'm pumping out a hype track. I am nominating this as the worst simile in Unkle Adams' entire discography. I challenge anyone to find a worse simile than I'm as lethal as a needle in your life raft. And then we hear the chorus again. I represent the middle class on the night shift. Who's blowing up next, glowing like a light stick? There's no limit to this. This is the Autobahn. KJ's drums pack punch like an atomic bomb. Were Autobots punk running through Decepticons? What? What? Curtis likes punk music. I'm writing raps while you're drunk in a restaurant. We've actually seen Curtis being this oddly specific in one of his previous songs, One of a Kind. Unlike the rest of your peers who got arrested at Sears. I'll say oddly specific. Is that a compliment? Lyrical, miracle, spiritual, individual. Do you think there was a time when Curtis was writing raps and someone he knows was drunk in a restaurant, or do you think he just made that up? Because I believe it. Anyway, I'm so focused these days, I'm glad I broke away. I'm on some rollerblades, rolling through your whole brigade. A lyric referencing rollerblading in the 2010s? Nice. I don't throw grenades, but I leave them blown away. I'm glad Curtis clarified that he blows them away with his rap skills rather than via projectile explosives used in war. I'm glad. This is the face of a glad person. I shine brightest underneath the sun's solar rays. This is cosmic rap from the cockpit. Of the risk room, I split tombs with objects. There is a lot of terrible to unpack here, but Curtis referencing stars, space, sun, cosmic is something we've talked about before. He references these quite a lot. The lyrics mean very little to me. Splitting tombs with objects is pretty terrible. Nonsense. No man can stop my progress. We turn heads like a chick in a hot dress. So maybe I take it back. This might be the worst simile in Unk's career. We turn heads like a chick in a hot dress. I guess he predicted that meme of the boyfriend looking at the other girl, because this would have been before that. So yeah, maybe he's ahead of his time. I do like that he starts this lyric with the word nonsense after the previous few lines being complete nonsense, so I guess that's kind of meta. Thoughtless actions are not my nature. These walls are plastered with sheets of paper. I assume in this lyric what he means is walls are plastered with draft lyrics, with pages of lines and bars. But we do see in his at least a million vlogs that he has pages under his mirror and so on with motivational quotes. So things like, "You're looking at the one." My walls are also... In fact, that's what that's a reference to. I assume he means the lyrics line though, not that. My brain heats up and releases vapour. My left brain is my right's evil neighbour. I actually like these lines because they're really cute. They remind me of like a children's TV show, like a song you would get from one of them, like the Wiggles would sing or something. My left brain is my right's evil neighbour. It sounds like Mr. Rogers or something. It's kind of cute. I don't know if that's what he was going for, but you know, I've taken something from it, so take that as you will. We then hear the hook one more time and the song ends. So why did Curtis remove the song and music video? Well, it hasn't been confirmed, but there are some theories. Some people think that maybe Curtis and Kaylin fell out, but there's no real evidence to suggest this. I think that by Occam's razor, the answer is going to be as simple as Curtis just wanted to delete it because he felt Night Shift didn't fit with the brand that he was going for. The song and music video are very different to other stuff he's put out there. You know, most of his stuff is very uplifting, motivational, and this one's a bit more darker, a bit edgier. So he probably just thought it was best to delete it. It was also not as popular as other music videos on his channel, especially compared to the likes of One of a Kind or Beast Mode or Put the Keys Down, which came out around the same time. Although admittedly, it is definitely strange that someone who is low on money, who's in a lot of debt and wants to be a famous rapper would choose to delete a source of revenue and views from their channel. So maybe there is something deeper going on. Maybe someday Curtis will re-upload Night Shift to his channel, but until then, the middle class will just have to represent themselves on the Night Shift.